It's nothing wrong with looking back and saying, wow, on this day, this is when I realized that God did it for me. You know, He healed my heart. He took unforgiveness out my heart, and He allowed me to love again. And that's a beautiful thing. That is a spiritual goal. Okay, y'all, I'm back with another video. And today I wanted to talk about how to stay focused on your spiritual goals. And I want to give you 6 ways that you can stay focused on your spiritual goals. And these are easy ways, and anyone can do this if you are serious about being focused on your spiritual goals and meeting your spiritual goals this year. So I want to talk about that in this video. And stay tuned for the last tip, because it is the most important tip. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like this video to support my channel, and I appreciate all of the support. So we're gonna get into this video, but first, I have a smoothie, y'all. I said this in my last video that I was getting healthy this year, and I'm not playing. Like, I'm really trying to, and I'm getting older, and I'm just trying to stay focused on my health. So that is like, that's not a spiritual goal, but it kind of is a spiritual goal, because our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and so we should keep our temples clean, and we should take care of our temples. So this is just a strawberry and blueberry smoothie with honey in it, protein powder, cinnamon, and almond milk. So that's all this is. So yeah, so I got my tips on my phone right now, so that's what I'm gonna be looking at. And so we're gonna get right into it now. In order to stay focused on your spiritual goals, like, we're so distracted. We have so many distractions today. Like, we're distracted by the TV, our phones, social media, our jobs, our careers, our business, relationships. Like, there are so many things today that can keep us from not meeting our goals, whether it's spiritual or our like physical goals, like business goals or career goals or health goals, fitness goals, all type of goals. But there are so many different distractions. Like, we know, like, if you are on social media, you know, like, it is hard to stay focused. Like, some people scroll on social media all day, and don't even get me started on TikTok. TikTok is the worst. Like, I go on there and I post like a video or a message or something, and I get off, and like, honestly, I haven't been on there for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and so I haven't even posted on there in weeks. So, but yeah, distractions are all over, and I'm telling you, if you want to meet your spiritual goals, you're gonna have to get over these distractions, because like, our flesh wants like the distractions that's out there. Like, we crave for those things. Like, we're waiting on the next Netflix TV show. Like, we love this type of stuff, our flesh, but our flesh and our spirit are warring against each other, and you're never going to meet your spiritual goals if you are always feeding your flesh. So sometimes we have to get away from all those things so that we can meet our goals, so that we can grow in God. Like, this year, don't you want to grow in God? Like, don't you want to go to the next level? Like, don't you want to pass these tests and you've been failing for so long? Like, I know I do. So I'm gonna get right into the tip. So my first tip is, so you have to be committed. Like, if you are not committed, then you are not going to meet any goals. That's the first thing. Like, a lot of our growth in life depends on us. Like, it does not depend on anyone else. God is not going to make you do anything that you don't want to do. Like, He requires you to do certain things, and He asks of you to do those things, but He's not gonna make you do anything. Like, you have to find the willpower to want to meet your goals, to want to grow spiritually in life. Like, no one is gonna do it for you. Like, that's the first thing. You have to decide, this is what I want to do. I want to meet my spiritual goals. Like, I want to grow. I don't want to be in the same place that I'm in. I don't want to struggle anymore. I don't want to fail the same test over and over and over again. Like, I want to defeat this, I want to beat this, and I want to meet my goals. My next goal is obvious. You're gonna have to set spiritual goals for yourself. Like, you can't meet goals if you're not sure what you're trying to meet. Like, you can't go to one place to another if you don't even know where you're going. Like, you have to have some type of direction. Like, you have to be real about where you are in life, spiritually, where you are. Like, I'm lacking this. I'm not strong in this. I don't study enough. I don't pray enough. You know, I I talk negative all the time. I'm not loving my neighbors. I don't give when I'm supposed to give, when God is calling me to give to someone that's in need. Like, I'm not doing those things that He's requiring me to do. When you're real about where you are, then that's when the change can happen, because I'm honest about where I am. So now God can help me. Now He can deal with me, because I'm asking Him to deal with this stuff. So the most important thing is to set goals for yourself. Set spiritual goals for yourself, and you might want to just write those goals down so you can see where you are. Document the small wins. Like, sometimes we overcome things and God brings us through, and like, we're delivered from certain things and we don't even realize it. We don't even realize that it has happened. Like, I used to talk negative, but this whole week I haven't spoke negative about anyone. Or I used to have a little hate in my heart against that person, but now I feel like I have compassion for that person. Like, I used to, I don't know, I used to have a desire to, want to smoke, but I don't have that desire anymore, because I want to keep my temple clean, and God has done it for me. And so it's good to write down the small wins, like document that, so you can see what God has done for you. It's nothing wrong with journaling. It's nothing wrong with writing things down. It's nothing wrong with looking back and saying, wow, on this day, this is when I realized that God did it for me. He healed my heart. He took unforgiveness out my heart, and He allowed me to love again. And that's a beautiful thing. That is the spiritual goal, because our whole walk is about each other, like loving each other. God wants us to love Him with all of our heart, mind, and He wants us to love our neighbors as well. So when we think about how we would interact with other people, like, that's a spiritual goal. Like, I want to forgive you. I want to get over this. I don't want to be angry anymore. And you can look back and say, I was angry like a month ago, but I haven't been angry in a while. Like, and so that's a win. Like, you want to always acknowledge where God has brought you from. My next tip is to become a quiet spirit. Like, sometimes we talk too much, and sometimes we are like social butterflies, and we are connected to so many people, and we're in conversation with so many people. But when you are trying to meet goals in life, especially your spiritual goals, you have to pull away. And don't think because if you pull away, you're going to be left out. Like, don't worry about being left out. Just worry about, there is a place that I am trying to get spiritually, and I want to get there, and I have to pull away from a lot of people, and I have to become a quiet spirit. I'm just not going to talk as much, what I'm saying? Because sometimes talking can get us in trouble. Sometimes we talk too much, and we can get on the phone and we just start talking, or we go on Facebook and we start commenting on everybody's posts, and we just talk too much, and then, we get distracted. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the enemy does. He wants to distract us. So every time we get on Facebook and we see something funny, we gotta go and we gotta comment on it, or we see something that we want to debate about, and now our focus is off. We want to stay focused, and sometimes that means pulling away from people. So the next tip is like the one before, but is to limit your social gatherings or your social engagements. Like, unless it's a healthy fellowship with other believers, a healthy fellowship, not getting together just to get together, but it's actually a healthy fellowship. Like, in the world that we live in today, there is always someone having something. There is always an event going on. There is always some type of get together, party, baby shower, wedding shower, gender reveal, 40th birthday, 50th birthday, 60th birthday. Like, there is always something going on, and it's so popular now. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you are trying to meet your spiritual goals, you can't go to everything. You can't be a part of everything. You will never. Now, some people would say, well, you can do that. You can, you know what I'm saying? You have to treat your spiritual life your spiritual relationship as if like it's a matter of a life and death. You have to be so serious about it. You can't think about what nobody else say. Sorry, my battery died. So we're talking about limiting your social engagement. And like I was saying before, you can't be concerned about what people are going to say about you when it comes to your spiritual life. Your spiritual life is the most important thing. Like, it's the most important goal that you are going to have. Like, you have to treat it like life and death. Like, I'm running after God with all of that I have, and I'm not concerned about missing out on certain things because I know where I'm trying to get. And sometimes when we have extra time, we want to use that extra time to work on our goals, to work on not just our natural goals that we have in life for ourselves, but our spiritual goals as well. Is just as important, and actually it's more important. So it's something that you need to think about when you're going forth and you're thinking about like where you want to be on this spiritual journey that you're on. So my last tip is to always pray. This is the most important tip that I can give you ever. And I talk about this on a lot of my videos. Like, you have to create a prayer life. You have to stay in prayer. Nothing is going to happen for you if you do not have a prayer life. Like, how can you connect with the spiritual divine being if you don't have any kind of communication with him, or you don't have any kind of relationship with him? Like, you have to spend that time in prayer. And prayer is not just you talking all the time. Sometimes it's us listening to God. It's just being in our secret place, and then we're communicating. Like, he's talking, you're talking, I'm listening, you know what I'm saying, to that still quiet spirit. And that's how we get directions. That's how we know which way to go. That's how we know what to do next and what not to do. So creating a prayer life is like the number one tip that I can give you to meeting your spiritual goals. So I thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. When you watch this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to this video. I really appreciate you guys, and I thank you for watching, and stay tuned to my next video.